Welcome back, boys and girls. We're talking about Bed Bath & Beyond today, the internet's favorite new stock squeeze. We're gonna open up the daily chart. We're gonna get into it. While I do that, you should know that my name is Forrest. I invest in stuff, and you should too. Why should you listen to me? Well, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars in the stock market trading, and yeah, I just like talking about stuff. Check out my other videos. Some of them are philosophical, talking about finding your purpose. Ultimately, my goal is to help people, not selling anything here other than my own time. Hit the subscribe button. In any case, we're going to Command Shift 5, and now we're looking at BlackBerry.
Not Blackberry.
Now we're looking at Bed Bath & Beyond. Okay, so we're gonna open up the daily chart for Bed Bath & Beyond. We're gonna scale it down. For those of you who do not use TradingView, it's a great tool. I use it every day to chart trade, but we're not talking about that. We're just talking about some Bed Bath & Beyond. So I think the really important thing to note here is just the daily price action. And so there's a few things. First and foremost, we had a spike here back, it looks like March 22nd. There was another peak here, the 29th, right? So some resistance was found there. But overall, this has been in a pretty big downtrend, right? Probably want to put this on the bottom. Some very clear, channels forming. We're going to do a few different lines here because we're not going to be lazy. There's some channels that formed, right? So there's some areas of resistance there. We have this major level on the outside, and then on the inside, we have this channel here. So a few different things happening. There's no magic to this TA, by the way. You'll see charts like this all the time. These are useful areas for noting areas of previous contention, right? And so even in a squeeze, which is what we're going to talk about, and I've played a few squeezes. I played GameStop, made a lot of money there, played a few other squeezes after that. And even in a squeeze, resistance levels that formed here are going to pop up again. Here's a pretty freaking clear one, and I'll make this one red. So we'll switch from the daily. Let's go to 30 minutes. This is a 30-minute chart, and just look at it, right? Just look at this price action. We can see that it came up, it touched this area, it came up, touched this area, it came up, it punched through a little bit, but then it came back down through this area, and we see some contention here in this area. So obviously this area matters, right? It is a price level where people are basically in or out of positions at that level, and that's all that means. That's all that means. And so we have to keep that in mind even when we're pushing up like we were doing here earlier in August for this squeeze. So why did this squeeze? Same story as every other squeeze, right? So first and foremost, there's a lot of people shorting it. If you don't know what short is, that basically means that you think that the stock is going to go down, and so you've entered a position that says that the stock is going to go down. One of the things that you have to do when you make a bet in the market is you have to back it up. You have to have collateral, right? And so ostensibly, there should be a number of shares that match up with the number of downside bets that have been made. But what happens when a lot of people are betting short is that buyers can start to buy up the shares, which increases the demand, right? Because if you need to own shares in order to bet that it's going to go down, that creates demand. That's buying demand, right? So people can also buy. It creates a squeeze. Retail comes in, right? People hear about this, they know about it, and so they start coming in. But ultimately, the really important thing to remember with squeezes is that these are funds versus funds. If you go on the internet, I don't know why this riles me up. It's just a simple way that the world works, but you'll see them say like, this is being driven by Wall Street bets. No, it's not. No, it is not. Retail is, I think, less than 15% of all of the money that trades hands in the market, right? So what happens is retail will catch wind of these big battles going on, right? So there's this big battle going on, and you're basically like, I want to choose the winning side, or I'm going to capitalize on this movement. And that's exactly what's happening. And so we had a pretty big spike up here. I happened to I had one 4,000% position, I think, something like that. But I turned, no, it was 1,000%. I turned $400 into $4,000. That was cool. That's a great way to play squeeze. Throw a couple $100 at it, make a couple $100,000. Obviously, the thought slipped into my mind, whoa, what if I put 10 grand? I would have made 6 figures. I've done trades like that before.
It's fun.
The problem is, if you look at this sell-off, if you look at this period of selling off here, and we'll zoom into the chart, This is just retail losing their bags. Like, this is all just retail providing liquidity into people who made money in this area, right? So this whole area, this whole period, I really want to find a box here. We'll go with a horizontal ray. So if you, especially here, like people really got handed an L in this period here, right? So this is a pretty solid fake out. So you had a day, it came up, dropped down, right? In the pre-market, rose back up again, right? And so with this $27 area, sold off, right? Some consolidation in the pre-market, then even consolidation, it came down a bit, some consolidation again. And so people are sniffing that hopium right now, hoping that the buyers are going to come back in. Nope, buyers are done. The buyers are way over here, right? Here's your buyers, right? Here are your buyers. Look at this volume bar. There's your buyers. This is $4, right? There's your freaking buyers, guys. Here's your buyers, right? Look at this volume bar. Buyers. Where were the buyers on August 17th? None. You had volume in the pre-market or in the open. No buying volume came in, guys. These lines that we're looking at are people, right? This is the price action of market participants, and we're seeing where people are getting in or getting out, right? And so there's a lot of people getting in and out here, not too many here. And so if you're hoping that, you know, volume was going to come in or there was going to be, you know, some reason for this to spike again, all the players have already signed up, right? They're in the game, they got out. It's over with, right? It's done. And so we sold off and again, and you know, people lost a ton of money. And we can see here that it's been a little downtrend, but it's more or less been flat. As of me filming this video, you know, I see people are really hoping for the 29th to be another round. It's not uncommon, and it'll probably be too late by the time this is posted, but it's not uncommon for these things to have multiple rounds, and that's fine. I am probably not going to play it, or if I do play it, I'm going to throw $400 at it like I did. If I have an open trade or a green trade over the weekend, I might throw some cash at it, but by no means am I full porting or anything like that. It's a great way to lose money, and most people lose money on these things, guys. They do. That's just a fact. You know, you will see the one guy who makes a ton of money and they treat it like a lotto ticket. You know, much better way to trade is just try to be a consistent trader. Shout out to you if you made a ton of money. That's great. If you're one of these people, you know, way back on the left that I was showing earlier, you got in early at $4 and got out at 27. Even if those are shares, I mean, that's a huge gain. So buying shares is a good idea, you know, but if you're seeing people post in Wall Street Bets their profits, you missed the boat. It's not for you. It's over. You are the exit liquidity at that point, right? You want to be in before people start sharing the screenshots of their 2,000% gains, right? If they're sharing that, I'll say it again, it's too late. Don't be dumb, be smart. That's it for this one, guys. Just want to talk about the price action. I've played in multiple squeezes. Again, it's a lot of fun. It is psychologically very tiring watching your portfolio swing. I've been in positions where it would swing $50,000 up and down in minutes, right? And unless you've dealt with that type of fluctuation in your portfolio, you probably can't. You're probably gonna freak out like a lot of people do. And even for someone as experienced as I am, still hard to do. So yeah, treat it like a lottery ticket. And if you make money, just take it, go buy yourself something nice, pay off some debt. That's the smartest thing you could do. I think that's it. That's it for this one, guys. Watch my other videos, share this with your friends, hit the subscribe button. Peace.